I have created an Iberian League system in Football Manager featuring clubs from all four nations on the Peninsula. Simulating 50 seasons into the future, can any club stop Real Madrid and be crowned the champions of Iberia? Hey, how's it going, and welcome to another Super League video. And up in today's video, I have created an Iberian Super League featuring the best clubs from Spain and Portugal, but also clubs from Andorra and Gibraltar as well. Seeing as this video is about the Iberian Peninsula only, any island clubs featuring from Spain and Portugal aren't eligible for this league system. So for example, clubs from Spain such as Mallorca, Tenerife, Ibiza, Las Palmas, and also from Portugal, teams such as Maritimo, Nacional and Santa Clara. They are all island clubs, so they don't actually feature in the Iberian Peninsula. Although they are part of Spain and Portugal, they're not part of the peninsula itself. So it's only about the mainland countries, so mainland Portugal, mainland Spain, mainland Andorra and Gibraltar as well. Also, the Iberian Peninsula covers a very, very tiny part of France, but I actually can't find any sort of football club from that very, very tiny region of France. So there's no French clubs on show here today, but we've got many clubs on the show from Spain and Portugal, of course, but as I said, also clubs from Gibraltar and Andorra as well. So first of all, let's actually look at the leagues itself. Actually, before I get started with that, if you're interested in downloading the database, as always, there'll be a link down in the description below. I'll also add two links in there. For those of you who don't have Steam, you'll also be able to download the database from Sort It Out site as well. So make sure you look out for those links in the description below if you want to download the database and play this league system yourself. So first of all, we've got the Super League with 20 clubs. Also, I should mention that the Spanish league system has been taken over for this experiment video. In the Super League, got 16 teams from Spain and 4 clubs from Portugal. No real guesses who the 4 clubs from Portugal are in the Super League. Obviously, got Benfica, Braga, Porto and Sporting Lisbon as well. Also, every single league here is sorted via reputation to avoid any controversy here. So the 16 biggest clubs according to reputation from Spain in the Super League here, and the 4 biggest clubs from Portugal in the Super League as well. Obviously, you got other very notable teams such as Atletico Madrid, Athletic Bilbao as well, Barcelona of course, Real Madrid, obviously the biggest team of the Iberian Peninsula itself, Real Sociedad as well, Betis, Sevilla, Valencia and Villarreal. So the Super League is looking very stacked with many great clubs, it has to be said. Going down into the First League, got 22 teams in the First League. Again though, only Portuguese and Spanish clubs in the First League. Teams such as Boa Vista in here, Deportivo as well, Famalicão, Girona as well, Guimarães, Valladolid, Zaragoza as well. So still some big teams here in the First League. Going down past that point, we've got the Second League A and the Second League B, which is actually the 3rd tier of the Iberian League system here. And again, in the Second League A and Second League B, only Spanish and Portuguese teams apart from one team, and that is FC Andorra. Obviously, FC Andorra play in the Spanish league system in real life and for manager, but the clue is in the name. They are officially an Andorran club, and by quite a distance, they are the biggest team out of Andorra and Gibraltar. So if you're looking for any sort of shock story in here for one of those two nations, it probably will come from FC Andorra. We've also got teams in the A League such as Sociedad B squad, the Porto B squad as well, Albacete, Academica. We've also got the B League as well, as I said. Got also, as you can see, due to the fact that in the Spanish league system, the B teams feature in the league system, I've decided to keep that theme going. Also included the Portuguese teams as well. So that's why we've got Barcelona B in here, Benfica B, Real Madrid B as well, Sevilla B. And after that point, this is when we start to see the Andorran and Gibraltarian clubs as well. I've actually featured all the Gibraltarian clubs and Andorran clubs that actually are in Foot Manager here. So we've got a lot of Andorran and Gibraltarian clubs in the 4th tier. We've got 5 divisions, I believe, though. Yeah, we've got 5 leagues here in the 4th tier. So group A to E, effectively. In the Group A, we've got FC Santa Coloma, which are the biggest team who play in Andorra. Obviously, FC Andorra are the biggest team from the country, but from the actual league system in Andorra itself, the biggest team are FC Santa Coloma there. We've also got Gibraltarian clubs in here as well, such as St. Joseph's, as you can see there. And the biggest team from Gibraltar are actually Lincoln Red Imps, Lincoln Gibraltar there, as you can see there. And they are playing in the third league, Group C. So not really going to focus too much on these lower leagues here. Obviously, it just makes it better for the actual database itself. Obviously, it would be nice to see one of these teams do something memorable in the video. But let's be honest, this league system should be pretty straightforward with who the winners are going to be. It probably will be either Real Madrid, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, or one of the big Portuguese teams as well. If you are new to my Super League videos, I'll go forward 50 seasons into the future and we'll count up the trophies on the way. All the trophies in total, including all domestic trophies and European trophies as well. And at the end, we'll crown the champions of the Iberian League system here. So without further ado, let's go forward now to 5 seasons into the future. Which team will be the early dominant force? Well, I actually forgot to show you the reputation list of the clubs at the start of the video here, but obviously, I'm sure you'll figure out which teams are at the top of the list. Real Madrid are still the top team from the Iberian League system here after 5 seasons with that 5-star worldwide reputation, and they're joined with Barcelona with the same reputation there. Sevilla, though, are the 3rd biggest team of the league system here now with 4.5-star worldwide reputation, and we've actually got 4 teams with 4.5 stars, including Atletico Madrid, Villarreal, and Benfica. So Benfica are now the top team in Portugal, because at the start of the video here, Porto are actually the only team from Portugal with a 4.5-star reputation, but they have declined over the first 5 seasons here. Well, talking of the Super League, can't say I'm too surprised about this. In the first 5 seasons, Real Madrid have won 4 of the first 5, including 3 in a row from 2026 to 2028, and the other team to win one was Barcelona in 2025. So no Portuguese team has won the Super League yet. It's gone to the 2 biggest clubs from the Peninsula, Real Madrid and Barcelona. If we look at this latest league table though, Porto are in 4th position there. Sporting Lisbon in 6th as well. Benfica in 8th position, the biggest team from Portugal at the moment. And in terms of relegated clubs, were Espanyol, Getafe and Deportivo all been relegated to the First League. Talking of the First League, and the latest champions are Valladolid, who have been promoted along with Celta Vigo and Zaragoza as well. Braga are in the First League already, finishing 4th in the table this season. And talking of Zaragoza, they actually were the first team to ever win the Iberian First League. And we had a Portuguese team win the First League as well in Guimarães in 2026. Into the Iberian Cup, and the first ever winner of the Iberian Cup was Valencia in 2024. Obviously a team who have been absolutely horrendous in real life this season. Could be playing in the 2nd tier in Spain next season, Valencia. So a nice one for them to win the first ever Iberian Cup here. After that though, Real Madrid won back-to-back Iberian Cups. Then Barcelona and Real Madrid have won a 3rd in 2028. Into the Super Cup, and Barcelona won the first ever Iberian Super Cup. They've also won the latest Super Cup as well. Atletico Madrid won their first trophy in 2025, and Real Madrid won back-to-back Super Cups in 26 and 27. Well, into the Champions League, and already Real Madrid have won 2 Champions League titles. They won the first Champions League in 2024, and they've also won the latest Champions League as well. They've also reached the 3rd final, losing to Man City in 2025. In the Europa League, and Barcelona won the Europa League in 2024, beating Tottenham in the final. I had to take a double check there, because I was thinking, why on earth are Barcelona playing in the Europa League? That is because, obviously, this is an updated database, so it's featuring the players that play for the club in real life, not for FootballManager 2024. But the actual Champions League and Europa League system is the old format, which the new format obviously started this season. So that is why Barcelona must have got knocked out of the group stage, finishing 3rd in the group stage and being dropped down into the Europa League. That is why they've won the Europa League in this first season, because obviously we still are technically playing FN24, albeit with an updated database here. In the Conference League, and we have our first Portuguese team to win a European trophy, and that was Porto. They beat West Ham in the 2026 Conference League final. Also though, Alves have reached the European final, losing to Fiorentina in the 2027 final. So Alves with quite a nice story there. Anyway, after 5 seasons, I think it's safe to say that the top team are Real Madrid. Can't say we're too surprised about that. Will they still be the top team after 10 seasons? Well, 10 seasons played and still no changes in terms of the reputation. Real Madrid and Barcelona are still the top 2 clubs with a 5-star reputation. After that though, we have 3 teams with a 4.5-star and worldwide reputation as well, and that is Sporting Lisbon, who are the top team from Portugal now, Atletico Madrid and Real Sociedad as well. And we also have a whole host of teams with 4-star continental reputation, including Villarreal, Sevilla, Benfica, Girona, Porto and Valencia as well. So the top three from Portugal are still doing relatively well. They've all got at least a 4-star reputation. But the top team from Portugal now, according to Rep Rating, are Sporting Lisbon, and they are the third biggest team of the Peninsula. Well, going into the Super League though, it is a complete Real Madrid domination. They have won 8 Super Leagues in a row from 2026 to 2033 and counting as well. They've also won 9 of the first 10 Super League titles. So Real Madrid have started off very, very strongly, it has to be said. They finished 7 points clear of Barcelona this season in the table, and Atletico Madrid in 3rd place as well. Sporting Lisbon, the top Portuguese team, finishing in 5th position there. Benfica and Porto both in mid-table there, which is a little bit disappointing from them. We've got another Portuguese team, though, in the Super League, in Guimarães, who have managed to survive relegation this season. In terms of relegated clubs, though, Real Betis, Osasuna and Valladolid all relegated to the First League. Into the First League, and the latest champions have been Celta Vigo. They won it by quite a distance as well. They've been promoted along with Granada and Braga. Braga back to the Super League, so they have 5 Portuguese teams in the Super League next season. Also got some big teams here in the First League. Look at Athletic Bilbao, all the way down in 14th position in the First League. Obviously, they have their they can only sign Basque policy in their transfer policy, but it doesn't really affect them too much. Another FootballManager saves, and also in real life as well. So they're not doing very well. Athletic Bilbao, only a mid-table First League team, which is absolutely terrible from their standards. Well, into the Cup, and Barcelona won the Cup in 2029. Benfica, the first Portuguese team to win the Iberian Cup in 2030. Real Madrid won one more in 2031, but back-to-back champions in the Cup are Atletico Madrid in the last 2 seasons there. Into the Super Cup, and Real Madrid won back-to-back Super Cups. Benfica won a Super Cup as well in 2031, but now back-to-back Super Cup wins for Barcelona. Into the Champions League, and Real Madrid have won their 3rd Champions League already, beating PSG in the 2030 final. A year later, PSG won the Champions League, beating Barcelona in that final. In the Europa League, and Villarreal are the latest champions, beating Juventus in the 2033 final, and also Atletico Madrid reached the final 2 years prior, losing to Man United. Villarreal have also won a Conference League in 2031, beating Freiburg in that final, and Atletico Madrid won the final the next season, beating Brentford in the final. So Villarreal yet to win a domestic trophy, but they have won 2 European trophies, Villarreal, in the last 3 seasons. 15 seasons played and still no changes in terms of the reputation. Real Madrid and Barcelona are still on top with that 5-star worldwide reputation. After that point, we've got 4 teams now with 4.5-star and worldwide reputation, including Atletico Madrid, Real Sociedad, Sporting Lisbon, and Villarreal. And after that point, we've got 5 teams with a 4-star reputation, including Sevilla, Zaragoza, who are doing well, Benfica, Girona, and Getafe as well. Porto, only good enough to have a 3.5-star reputation now, so Porto are definitely not doing very well in these early stages here. Well, in the Super League, and Real Madrid actually made it 9 Super Leagues in a row, but they finally got stopped, but not by the team we thought they'd get stopped by. They got stopped by Real Sociedad, who won their first Iberian Super League in 2035, so good for them. After that, though, Real Madrid back to winning ways again, winning 3 in a row again in the Super League. So although Real Sociedad stopped them in 2035, Real Madrid have still won 13 of the first 15 Super League titles. They actually finished the league this season with 97 points, so a very nice score from Real Madrid there, points tally should I say, but only 3 points clear of fierce rivals Atletico Madrid, 94 points there, and Barcelona aren't too far behind as well. So these 3 Spanish clubs way above the rest in the league table, has to be said. Real Sociedad, who have won a league title, finished 36 points behind, or 34 points behind, should I say, Real Madrid at the top of the league there. Sporting Lisbon in 7th place is still the best team from Portugal. Zaragoza in 8th place there as well. Benfica and Porto still only good enough to be mid-table clubs, unfortunately. And in terms of relegated clubs, well, Deportivo, Guimarães and Valladolid all relegated to the First League. Talking of the First League, we have another Portuguese team coming into the Super League next season, because Famalicão have won the First League this season, which is a great story from them, into the Super League for next season. They've been promoted along with Alves and Castellón as well. Castellón, only a lower ranked Spanish team, into the Super League for next season, so another great story from them there. Also, Athletic Bilbao still sitting down in mid-table in the First League, but also look at this, Braga have been relegated to the 3rd tier this season. So Braga, the 4th biggest team from Portugal, not doing very well at all. Also FC Andorra relegated to the 3rd tier as well, unfortunately. Well, into the Cup, and Real Madrid have won 2 more Cups in 34 and 37. Atletico Madrid, though, won back-to-back Cups again in 35 and 36. They actually won 4 out of 5 Iberian Cups. Actually, the Iberian Cup went back to Madrid 7 seasons in a row, 4 for Atletico and 3 for Real Madrid. Barcelona are the latest champions though, winning the cup in 2038. Into the Super Cup, and Barcelona made it 3 Super Cups in a row in 2034. They've also won 2 more after that as well in 36 and 38. Atletico won 1 in 2035 and Real Madrid in 2037. So Barcelona and Atletico Madrid are doing quite well in the cup competitions, but Barcelona have only won 1 Super League in 15 seasons, and Atletico Madrid are yet to win one, so they're quite far away from Real Madrid in these early stages here. In the Champions League though, and Barcelona have won their first of the video, beating Man City in the 2037 final. Atletico Madrid also got to a Champions League final, losing to Bayern Munich, and Real Madrid lost the finals following season, losing to Liverpool in 2035. Into the Europa League, and Sporting Lisbon reached the Europa League final, but unfortunately they lost to Tottenham in 2035. And also Villarreal, who already won 2 European competitions, reached another final, but they lost to Nice in the 2038 final. Before we go any further with this video though, guys, please remember that if you do like the video, hit that like button for me. It's very important for the video's success. And also, if you're new around here, do remember to hit that subscribe button as well. It would really help me out, and much appreciated. Well, you know what I'm going to say, in terms of the reputation list, after 20 seasons, it's still exactly the same. Real Madrid on top and Barcelona in second place. Both still that 5-star reputation. After that point, though, we've got 3 more Spanish clubs with a 4.5-star worldwide reputation, including Atletico Madrid, Real Sociedad and Villarreal. And in terms of 4-star teams, we've got Girona, Sevilla, Sporting Lisbon, Zaragoza, Celta Vigo and Real Betis as well. And look at this. Oh my word, what is going on with the Portuguese team? Sporting Lisbon still holding their own quite well. 4-star team for them. That's actually better than what they started off the video at, so they're doing quite well. In second place, you have Guimarães. And in third place, we have Famalicão. So Benfica are only good enough to be the 4th biggest Portuguese team now, and Porto only good enough to be the 5th biggest Portuguese team now, both with a 3-star national reputation as well. So these 2 clubs in particular, Benfica and Porto, have been terrible so far in this joint Iberian League system. Well, in the Super League, and Real Madrid have been completely dominant so far. They actually made it 7 Super Leagues in a row, from 2036 to 2042. Barcelona have finally won their 2nd Super League in 2043, but with only 20 seasons done so far, it seems like the damage is done already, to be honest, because I can't see how anyone can stop Real Madrid from this point onwards. Oh, a great story from Barcelona this season though. They got to 100 points exactly this season, winning 33 games in total, so that's nice from them. 12 points clear of Real Madrid in 2nd place there. In terms of the top 7, well, the top 7 clubs are all Spanish clubs, and 8th position Sporting Lisbon, the best team from Portugal. Also, 2 more Portuguese teams playing in the Super League next season, that is Guimarães and Famalicão. Benfica have been relegated to the First League, along with Valladolid and Espanyol. And talking of the First League, well, Porto are in the First League, but not for long, because they have won the First League title this season. But look at that, look at the 3 teams who have been promoted from the First League. Porto in 1st place, Valencia in 2nd place, and Braga in 3rd place. So, yeah, you can't get more 3 much bigger teams than that playing in the First League, which is quite crazy. But albeit all 3 teams are playing in the Super League next season, but Benfica will be taking Porto's spot in the First League for next season. Also, Athletic Bilbao are actually doing worse than when we left off last time, because now Athletic Bilbao are only just survived a relegation, only 5 points clear of the relegation zone, and they could get relegated to the 3rd tier and buck their ideas up. Into the Cup, and it's been all about Real Madrid and Barcelona in the last 5 seasons. Real Madrid have won 3, and Barcelona have won 2. Into the Super Cup though, Real Madrid have won 2 more Super Cups. Villarreal with their first domestic trophy, I believe, in 2040, and Real Sociedad won in 2043, and Barcelona won it the year prior as well. Well, in terms of the Champions League, Barcelona have won their 2nd Champions League, beating Man City in the 2041 final. So they're doing well in the Champions League, Barcelona, has to be said. Real Madrid also lost another Champions League final, to PSG the season before. Into the Europa League, and Real Sociedad have won a Europa League, beating AC Milan in the 2039 final. Also, Girona have lost the most recent final to Tottenham. Into the Conference League, and Zaragoza made it to a European final, but unfortunately lost to Nice in the 2040 final. So after 20 seasons, I think it's safe to say that Real Madrid are still firmly on top. Let's go forward now to the halfway point, 25 seasons played. Can someone finally stop Real Madrid and their Super League domination? Well, the reputation is just not changing at all in this league system, it seems, because Real Madrid are still top and Barcelona are still in second place. The only two teams that have a 5-star worldwide reputation as well from the video so far. So yeah, no one can stop these two at the moment. But saying that, Barcelona should be doing a lot better than what they are, since they've had a 5-star reputation the entirety of the video. Anyway, in terms of the next teams, 4.5-star teams, we've got Atletico Madrid, Real Sociedad and Girona as well. All with a worldwide reputation there. And then we have 5 more teams with a 4-star continental reputation, but get this, they are all Spanish clubs. Villarreal, Zaragoza, Sevilla, Betis and Celta Vigo. And the biggest team from Portugal now represented here are Famalicão, with a 3.5-star reputation, just above Sporting Lisbon and Guimarães, who both have a 3.5-star reputation as well. Valencia aren't doing very well, with only a 3-star reputation. Braga are now above Benfica and Porto. Benfica only with a 3-star reputation, and Porto barely making the first page here, with also a 3-star reputation. So wow, crazy how much these two have fallen off, Benfica and Porto. They are no more than a mid-table Super League team at best, it seems. Well, into the Super League, and the Real Madrid domination does continue. They won 4 Super Leagues in a row after Barcelona won it from 2044 to 2047. Barcelona have won it again though in 2048, but only their 3rd Super League win in 25 seasons. If we look at this latest league table, the top 12 clubs are all Spanish clubs, and Valladolid finishing in 5th place this season, so a great story from them, playing Europa League football next season. Also Zaragoza in 7th place there is nice. Famalicão are the biggest Portuguese team, and the second biggest Portuguese team are Guimarães in 15th place there. So who would have thought this would happen? After halfway point of the video here, the 2 biggest Portuguese teams are Famalicão and Guimarães. Also, Porto have been relegated again, along with Espanyol and Racing Santander. And also, I cannot see Sporting Lisbon or Benfica in the Super League. Into the First League, and Sporting Lisbon have been promoted back to the Super League, winning the championship this season. Alves in 2nd place, and Braga in 4th place being promoted as well. Benfica just missing out there in 3rd position there. Also, FC Andorra doing quite well in 10th position here in the First League. And look at that. Look at Athletic Bilbao. Bottom of the First League, Athletic Bilbao, and they have been relegated to the 3rd tier. Also, let's have a quick look at the past winners here of the First League, because it's actually looking more like the Portuguese Primeira Liga, to be honest. Porto won it in 2043, 45 and 47. Benfica in 46 and Sporting Lisbon in 2048. So the big 3 from Portugal not really doing much to rival the big teams from Spain in this joint league system here. Wow, into the Iberian Cup, and a lovely story, because in 2044, Famalicão won their first cup competition, which is very nice to see indeed. Atletico Madrid won it in 2045, followed by back-to-back wins for Barcelona, and Real Madrid are the latest winners of the competition. Into the Super Cup though, and Real Madrid have won 3 more Super Cups, and Barcelona have won 2 more back-to-back in 46 and 47. Well, Barcelona aren't doing very well at all in terms of the Super League title wins, but they are doing very well in the Champions League, because they've won their 3rd and 4th Champions League titles in the last 5 seasons. They beat Inter Milan in the 44 final, and they beat Man City in the 47 final. Also, they lost the final to Inter Milan in 46 as well. Atletico Madrid lost the final to Chelsea in 2045, and Real Madrid have won the Champions League again finally after 18 seasons, beating Man United in the finals. So that means in the last 5 seasons, we've had 5 teams from the Iberian Peninsula here in each of the last 5 finals. 2 wins for Barcelona, 1 for Real Madrid, a final loss for Barcelona, and a final loss for Atletico Madrid. Into the Europa League, and Girona reached their 2nd Europa League final in just 3 seasons, but unfortunately lost their 2nd Europa League final again, losing to Lazio in the 45 final. Also, Real Sociedad lost the final to Roma just 2 seasons later. Into the Conference League, and it's taken a long time, but Sevilla have won their first European trophy of the video. They beat Standard Liège in the 2045 final. Not quite the Europa League win we're used to seeing Sevilla win, but it is a European trophy nonetheless. Well, at the halfway point here, in 3rd position, we have Atletico Madrid, who have won 8 trophies so far. Barcelona have won an astounding 27 trophies, despite only winning 3 Super Leagues so far, but they've been pushed up the leaderboard here thanks to their Cup and Super Cup wins and their 4 Champions League wins so far as well. But Real Madrid are still firmly in 1st place, winning 50 trophies exactly in the first 25 seasons. But Barcelona are actually much closer than I anticipated, really. They are still 23 trophies behind Real Madrid, but suddenly they go on a streak in the Super League, they could close that gap. So it's not all over for Barcelona yet, but let's be honest, it seems highly unlikely either Barcelona or Real Madrid won't win the most trophies of the video. Let's go forward now to 30 seasons. Can Barcelona go on a streak in the Super League? Well, 30 seasons played, still no change in terms of the reputation. Still 2 5-star worldwide teams. They are Real Madrid on first place, of course, and Barcelona in second place. We have 3 more teams with 4.5 stars, though, and worldwide reputation as well, including Real Sociedad, Atletico Madrid, and Girona as well. And we also have 6 teams with a 4-star reputation, including Zaragoza, Sevilla, Villarreal, Betis, Famalicão, and Cadiz as well. So Famalicão are firmly the biggest team from Portugal in the video here. Sporting Lisbon still in second place though with 3.5 stars. Guimarães in third place. Benfica in fourth, and Porto just on the first page with their amazing 2.5-star reputation in 5th place there. Well, Barcelona made it back-to-back Super Leagues in 2049, but after that point, Real Madrid have won 3 more in 50, 51 and 53. Barcelona won another one though in 2052. So Barcelona improving their Super League trophy haul quite significantly in recent times, but Real Madrid are still the top team by quite a distance, it seems. In this season just gone, the top 7 teams, all Spanish. Real Madrid in first, Barcelona in second, and Atletico Madrid in third place there. Famalicão though in 8th position, qualifying for the Europa Conference League, which is nice for them. Sporting Lisbon also make up in the top half there, and they are actually the only 2 Portuguese teams in the Super League at the moment. Well, into the first league, and the latest champions are a Portuguese team, but not the Portuguese team we were expecting, because Alverca have won the first league title and been promoted to the Super League. So what a story that is. Alverca in the Super League. They've been promoted along with Guimarães though, and Espanyol as well. Porto in 5th place. FC Andorra in 10th place again. Oh my word. Look at Benfica. Oh my word. Benfica just surviving relegation to the 3rd tier this season by goal difference. So Benfica, what on earth has happened to them? No one knows. Absolutely terrible for them. And also, I can't see Braga or Bilbao anywhere in the first league. So they're in the 3rd tier or below those 2. Well, into the cup, and Real Sociedad won the cup in 2049. Zaragoza won 2 of the next 3 Iberian Cups in 50 and 52. And Famalicão won their 2nd cup in 2051. The latest champions, though, are Atletico Madrid, are still yet to win a Super League title, but they have won a fair few cups. Into the Super Cup, and Barcelona have won 2 more, Atletico Madrid have won 1, and Real Madrid also won 2 more Super Cups as well. Well, into the Champions League, and surprisingly, Barcelona haven't won a Champions League in the last 5 seasons. They also haven't even reached the final. Real Madrid reached the final though in 2050, but they lost that final to Liverpool. Well, thankfully, Girona finally won a Europa League title, the 3rd time lucky for them, beating Arsenal in the 2051 final. And in the Conference League, Real Betis have won their first trophy, I believe, in 2050, beating Rennes in the Europa Conference League final there. Wow, it's taken 35 seasons, but finally someone has taken over Real Madrid on top of the reputation list. And it is Barcelona, but also we have 3 teams now with a 5-star worldwide reputation. They are Barcelona in first place, Real Madrid in second place, and Atletico Madrid in third place there. We also have 3 more teams with a 4.5-star reputation, Real Sociedad, Girona, and Zaragoza. So Zaragoza and Girona in particular are doing very well, it has to be said. After that point, we have a whole host of teams with a 4-star reputation, including Sevilla, Villarreal, Betis, Famalicão, Cadiz and Valencia as well. Sporting Lisbon still the 2nd biggest team from Portugal. Guimarães still the 3rd team. And we've got another new team above Benfica and Porto, and it is Alverca. Braga, by the way, now the 5th biggest team from Portugal, back on the first page here. And Benfica and Porto, well, Benfica and Porto both with a 2.5-star reputation. They are doing absolutely terribly. I didn't really predict this, to be honest. I thought it'd be much closer. I'm not saying they might have won a Super League title, because Real Madrid and Barcelona are so strong. It's hard for the Portuguese teams to beat them, it has to be said. But to see them this bad, not even in the top 3 biggest, not even in the top 5 biggest clubs in Portugal these days, Benfica and Porto, absolutely terrible from them. Well, into the Super League, and finally Atletico Madrid won their first Super League title in 2054. They also won it in 2056 as well. Also, Real Sociedad have won their 2nd in 2055. Back to reality, though, in the last 2 seasons, because Real Madrid have won back-to-back Super League titles. Looking at his latest league table, though, and Girona in 2nd place, closest team to Real Madrid, and Zaragoza in 5th place as well. Cadiz up in 8th place, doing very well. The top 10 teams are all Spanish clubs. Famalicão in 11th place and Sporting Lisbon in 12th place there. Guimarães also in the Super League, and look at that. FC Andorra, the first ever time an Andorran club in the Iberian Super League, and it is the big team themselves, FC Andorra. Almost got relegated, but they survived relegation from results between teams, I believe, because they finished with a lower goal difference than Celta Vigo, but they managed to stay up in the Super League. Into the First League, and the latest champions are Racing Santander. They've been promoted along with Alvercasad again, and also another Portuguese team taking over Benfica and Porto, and that is Vizela this time, who have been promoted to the Super League. Well, Benfica are not even in the First League this season, but Porto have been relegated as well to the 3rd tier. So what on earth has happened to Benfica and Porto? Absolutely no clue, because it's not like the Portuguese teams are being that affected, because Alvercasad, Vizela, both in the Super League. Obviously, Sporting Lisbon still in the Super League, along with Famalicão as well, and Guimarães, I believe, as well. So some of the Portuguese teams are doing quite well, albeit not really challenging for league titles, but Benfica and Porto, they have just fell off a massive cliff, it has to be said. Well, into the Iberian Cup, it seems like we've got a new cup specialist on our hands here, because Real Sociedad have won 3 of the last 5 Iberian Cups, including back-to-back in 54 and 55, and the latest cup as well. Zaragoza have also won another cup competition, and Atletico Madrid won it in 2056. It's also been 10 seasons since Real Madrid last won their cup competition, also 11 since Barcelona won it, so these two have gone very quiet in the cup, and it's all about Sociedad, Zaragoza, and Atletico Madrid these days. Into the Super Cup, and Barcelona have won 1 more, Real Madrid have won 2 more, and Sociedad and Atletico Madrid have also won 1 apiece as well. Well, into the Champions League, and Barcelona are back to winning ways in the Champions League, beating Arsenal in the latest Champions League final. Also, Real Madrid lost the final again to Liverpool again as well in 54. And Atletico Madrid lost the final to Inter Milan as well. Well, into the Europa League, and Girona have won their 2nd Europa League title, beating Zaragoza in the 2054 final. And talking of Zaragoza, they beat AZ Alkmaar in the 2058 final. Wow, would you look at that? Famalicão, what a story from there. They've been the best Portuguese team so far, and they've also won a European trophy as well, beating Hajduk in the Europa Conference League final in 2054. Also, Betis reached the final in 57, losing to Aston Villa. Well, in terms of the top 3 trophy race here, Atletico Madrid are still in 3rd place with 14 trophies. Barcelona in 2nd place with 33 trophies. But way out in 1st place with 15 seasons left to go are Real Madrid with 60 trophies won in 35 seasons. So with 15 seasons to go, can Barcelona possibly stop Real Madrid? And can anyone different lift the Super League title? Well, after 40 seasons, Barcelona are still the top team from the Peninsula here with that 5-star worldwide reputation. But 2 more teams with the same reputation are Real Madrid and Real Sociedad. We've also got a 5-star worldwide reputation, so they've done magnificent things here, Sociedad. But look at that. The teams after that with 4.5-star reputation, we've got Zaragoza in 4th place, then Girona, and then Atletico Madrid. So Atletico have fallen off quite a bit in the last 5 seasons, albeit though they've still got a 4.5-star reputation, but only Continental, where Zaragoza and Girona both have worldwide reputations themselves. Well, after that point, we have 5 more teams with a 4-star reputation, including Villarreal, Betis, Valencia, Cadiz, and Famalicão. But look at Famalicão, look just below Famalicão, FC Andorra, the top team with a 3.5-star reputation there. Obviously, as I said at the start, they do play in Spain in the Spanish league system. As I said, the clue is in the name. They are officially an Andorran club. So FC Andorra doing magnificent things. They're, the 12th or 13th biggest team from the Peninsula these days. So doing absolutely magnificent. And let's even forget talking about Benfica and Porto. Absolutely shambolic teams them two are. Not even on the first page, where Sporting Lisbon are, obviously Famalicão, Guimarães, even Alvercasad and Braga are on the first page of reputation, but Benfica and Porto nowhere to be seen. Well, into the Super League, and the latest dominant force have been Real Sociedad. They have won 3 of the last 5 Super League titles, Sociedad, including 1 in 59 and back-to-back Super Leagues in the last 2 seasons. Real Madrid have also won back-to-back Super Leagues in 60 and 61, so it looks unlikely that Barcelona will stop Real Madrid, to be honest. They haven't won a league title since 2052, and Real Sociedad is just too far behind. So let's be honest, with 10 seasons left to go now, Real Madrid will win the most trophies, from this league system. Can't say we're too surprised. They are the biggest team in the world after all, but would have been nice if we were a little bit closer than this. But anyway, look at Real Sociedad go. Been amazing in the video here today. Also, Girona and Zaragoza deserve mention as well. 4th and 5th place there. Famalicão in 9th position this time round, and FC Andorra just outside the top half in this season. And look at that, in terms of relegated teams, Granada, Guimarães and Almeria just been relegated, but Sporting Lisbon, Sevilla and Valencia just survived from relegation this season. Into the First League, and the latest champions have been Castellón, who are back in the Super League again, along with Valladolid and Espanyol as well. And Benfica, Porto and Athletic Bilbao all cannot be seen here in the First League, so those three, well, shocking from those three has to be said. Braga are still in the First League though, albeit just surviving relegation. But yeah, nothing to be seen from Benfica, Porto or Athletic Bilbao. Into the Iberian Cup, and Real Madrid have won 2 more. Barcelona won back-to-back cups in between those 2 Real Madrid wins. And Villarreal, who have been very quiet domestically, they have won the latest Iberian Cup. Into the Super Cup, and Girona have won 2 Super Cups in 59 and 63. Back-to-back Super Cups for Real Madrid and a Super Cup win for Barcelona. In the Champions League, and Barcelona have won another one. They beat PSG in the 2060 final. Also, Barcelona lost the final to AC Milan in 62, and Real Madrid lost the final to PSG in 61. So, strange stuff from Barcelona, isn't it? They've been epic in the Champions League. Won the most Champions League titles from any team so far, but they've been so poor in the Super League, it's unbelievable. Into the Europa League, and Atletico Madrid reached the Europa League final, but they lost to Man City in the 2062 final. Well, lovely story this in the league system here. With 5 seasons left to go, we have a new team at top of the list, and it is Real Sociedad. They are the biggest team from the Peninsula, which is quite a crazy thing to say, it has to be said. They're joined with a 5-star worldwide reputation, though, along with Barcelona and Real Madrid. So these two still got a massive reputation, has to be said. But Real Sociedad are officially the biggest team from the Peninsula now. Below that point, we have 2 more teams with a worldwide reputation, both 4.5 stars. They are Zaragoza and Girona. Atletico Madrid have declined to be a 4-star team, but we've got a lot of 4-star teams now, including Atletico Madrid, Famalicão, Betis, Valencia, Cadiz, Villarreal, Racing Santander and Malaga as well. So some lowly teams climbed up the league system quite nicely in the last 5 seasons, including Racing, Cadiz and Malaga. Also, FC Andorra still with a 3.5-star reputation, and the next biggest Portuguese team are Alverca Sad now with a 3-star reputation. So the biggest team from Portugal by quite a distance are Famalicão, and the second biggest team are Alverca Sad, and the third biggest team are Guimarães. Sporting Lisbon now the 4th biggest team, and Braga the 5th biggest team. So yeah, it doesn't quite make sense why Sporting, Benfica and Porto have fallen off quite so much. To be honest though, we shouldn't really put in Sporting in the same bracket as Benfica and Porto, because Sporting have done a lot better than those two, as to be said. But yeah, very strange indeed. But Famalicão don't care. They are the 7th biggest team from the Peninsula and the biggest team from Portugal by an absolute mile. Well, into the Super League, and Barcelona finally back to winning ways. They won back-to-back Super Leagues in 64 and 65. Too late for them though. They have also won the latest Super League title as well. Real Madrid have won only one more, and Sociedad have also won one more in 67. In the latest league table, the top 8 clubs are all Spanish, and also Zaragoza in 3rd place, Malaga and Girona in 4th and 5th place as well. Famalicão in 9th position there. Atletico Madrid only in 10th position now. What on earth has happened to them in the last 5 seasons or so? Terrible from them. Also, FC Andorra still holding their own in the Super League, which is nice to see. Braga finally made it back to the Super League, albeit they've been relegated this season, along with Alverca Sad and Deportivo as well. Into the First League, and the latest champions have been Celta Vigo. They've been promoted along with Valladolid and Sevilla as well. Another big team being relegated there in Sevilla. Guimarães just missing out on promotion there. Sporting Lisbon in 9th place, which is terrible. And Benfica have finally made it back to the First League, but albeit in 15th position there. Still no appearance for Porto or Athletic Bilbao in the First League. Into the Iberian Cup, and Real Madrid have won one more. Then Real Sociedad as well. Famalicão won it again in 2066. Girona after that, and then Barcelona are the latest champions. Into the Super Cup, and Real Sociedad have won 2 more. Real Madrid have won 2 more as well, and Barcelona are the latest champions again in 68 there. In the Champions League, and Barcelona have won another Champions League title in 2064, beating Man City in the final. But look at that. the third different Spanish team to win the Champions League of the video, and it is Real Sociedad, who beat Barcelona in the 2066 final. Barcelona lost the next final as well, though. Back-to-back final defeats for them in 67 to Monaco. Into the Europa League, and Real Betis won the Europa League in 65, beating Atletico Madrid in the final, and Atletico Madrid lost back-to-back Europa League finals as well, losing to Tottenham in the following final. Well, Atletico Madrid did win the Europa Conference League final though, beating Brøndby in the 64 final, Racing Santander with a European trophy, beating Lugano in the final. Real Betis also won the Conference League as well, so Betis are doing well in European competitions, not so well domestically. They beat Nice in that final, and Atletico Madrid also lost the Conference League final to Servette in the 68 season. Well, with 5 seasons left to go, we've got a new team in third place, and that is of course Real Sociedad, who have won 18 trophies now. In second place are Barcelona with 46 trophies in total, but Real Madrid, firmly in first place with 70 trophies won in 45 seasons. So I think it's safe to say that Real Madrid have won the most trophies of the video with 5 seasons left to go, and Barcelona firmly in second place as well. But quite an interesting battle going on between Real Sociedad and Atletico Madrid for third place there. But to be honest, there's not really any competition at the moment, because Real Sociedad are the biggest team from the Peninsula at the moment, and Atletico Madrid are a whole 1 star below them in terms of reputation. So what can these teams do in the last 5 seasons? Can we see another different team win the Super League in the last 5 seasons? Well, 50 seasons played now, and back to normality at the end of the video here, because Real Madrid end off the video as the biggest team from the Peninsula with their 5-star worldwide reputation. Barcelona in second place as well, and after that point we've got 4 teams with a 4.5-star reputation, including Girona, Zaragoza, Real Sociedad and Real Betis. So Sociedad have declined quite a bit in the last 5 seasons, unfortunately. After that point, we've got a fair few teams with 4-star reputation, including Atletico Madrid, Cadiz, Famalicão, Valencia, Racing Santander and Villarreal as well. Also, Alverca sad end off the video as the second biggest Portuguese team, behind Famalicão, and Sporting Lisbon, the third biggest Portuguese team, below Alverca sad, and just below FC Andorra in the reputation list as well. Well, in the Super League, and Barcelona made it back-to-back Super Leagues in 2069, but Real Madrid going out with a statement because they won the last 4 ever Super League titles from 2070 to 2073. Also in the final ever league table in the Super League here, the top 15 clubs are all Spanish clubs. Famalicão only good enough to be in 16th place, and Sporting Lisbon just surviving relegation in 17th place there. And also Sevilla finishing rock bottom in the final ever Super League season. In the First League, and the last ever champions of the First League were Alverca sad, the Portuguese team. They've been promoted along with Badajoz, who are quite a low-ranked Spanish team, which is quite interesting to see. And also FC Andorra made it back to the Super League in the final season as well. Belenenses, another team above Braga, above Porto and Benfica in 3rd place there. Braga in 5th place as well. Guimarães in 7th place there as well. And, well, in the final ever season, Porto and Benfica both relegated to the 3rd tier, along with Boa Vista as well. Into the Iberian Cup, and Real Madrid won back-to-back cups in 69-70. Real Sociedad won another cup competition in 2071, but Barcelona end off the video with back-to-back cup wins. And in the Super Cup, Real Madrid won 2 more, and Barcelona won 3 more Super Cups as well. Well, in the Champions League, and Barcelona won another Champions League in 2070, beating Monaco in the final. They also reached 2 more finals, Barcelona, losing to Real Madrid in 2071 and losing to Chelsea in 2073. In the Europa League, and Real Sociedad won the last ever Europa League, beating Gladbach in the 2073 final. And in the Europa Conference League, Girona won the last ever Conference League, well, the last ever Conference League from an Iberian team in 2017, beating Atlanta in the final. But also Malaga reached the Europa Conference League final, losing to Stuttgart, and Racing Santander also lost the last ever Europa Conference League to Newcastle. Well, before we actually count up the trophies won from the teams, let's have a look at the records from some of the leagues here. The most times won of the Super League, well, we all know who won the most times. That was Real Madrid. They won it 33 times out of 50 seasons. So, quite a good record for Real Madrid there, it has to be said. They also got the most points of the season as well, getting 103 points in the 2039 season. They also got the most wins of the season as well with 33, but I also know Barcelona got 33 wins, so they got 100 points in one season as well, Barcelona. Fewest league wins in the season went to Almeria with only 1 win in the 2063 season, and most league defeats of the season went to Braga with 31 defeats in the 2071 season there. Well, the biggest win actually went to Real Madrid, who beat Alves 7-0 at home in 2045. They also had the highest scoring match as well, beating Vallecano 6-2 in 2062. Barcelona, though, won the most matches in a row, winning 18 games in a row in 2063. And Alves lost the most games in a row, losing 16 in the 2045-46 season. But look at this record. Most matches without losing went to Real Madrid, who went 59 games unbeaten from 2025 to December 2026. What a record that is. Most matches without winning went to Almeria with 33 games without winning a game. Real Madrid also went 12 games without conceding. And most matches without scoring went to Porto, who went 10 games without scoring in the 2054 season. In the First League, and the most times won in the First League was actually Celta Vigo, who won 6 First League titles. Also, most points in the season went to Vallecano with 99 points in the 2025 season. They also won 32 games in that season as well. Most league defeats in the season went to Manresa with 32 defeats in the 2060 season there. The highest attendance in the First League was Benfica versus Porto in 2041 with 65,000 people in attendance there. Benfica also had the highest average attendance as well with 51,000. Celta Vigo also won the most matches in a row in 11 in 2029-2030, and they also went the most games without losing as well with 23 games without losing in the 2030 season. So looking at the First League, the most successful ever team from the First League was Celta Vigo. Well, the team who actually won the most Iberian Cups were Real Madrid, who won 15 cups in total. Real Madrid also won the most Super Cups as well, winning 20 of the 50 Super Cups. The Champions League, though, is a completely different story. Real Madrid still won 5 Champions League titles, and of course they are still the record holders of the Champions League by quite a distance. But Barcelona won 8 Champions League trophies in total, plus a whole host of final losses as well. So Barcelona were Champions League beasts in this video, but unfortunately they just could not take their form to the Super League, so that's very disappointing for them. Also, Real Sociedad won 1 Champions League title as well in 2066. Well, at the end of the video here, in terms of the top 4, only really a top 4 to mention. They were the biggest teams by quite a distance. In 4th place, we have Atletico Madrid, who won 15 trophies in total. In 3rd place, we have Real Sociedad, who won 20 trophies in total. Then in 2nd place with 48 trophies are Barcelona. But way out in 1st place with 81 trophies are Real Madrid, who won the most trophies of the video. Can't say we're too surprised. Real Madrid in 1st place, Barcelona in 2nd place. I was expecting it to be a lot more close than this, to be honest. Barcelona were Champions League freaks, it seems, but they just could not take their form into the Super League, because Barcelona won 8 Champions Leagues to Real Madrid's 5, but Real Madrid won 33 Super Leagues compared to Barcelona's 9. So Real Madrid were firmly dominant in the Super League. Also, some teams to mention. Well, Famalicão, they had to be mentioned here. They won a few cups, and they also won a Europa Conference League as well. And they end off the video as by far the biggest team from the Portuguese clubs there, which is very surprising to say. Also, FC Andorra, unfortunately couldn't see them win a trophy, but they did end off the video in the Super League, along with Alverca as well, also from Portugal, and Badajoz as well. Badajoz are from Spain though, sorry, not Portugal. In terms of the big 3 from Portugal, where Sporting Lisbon were firmly the best, but they didn't win a competition, I believe. Yeah, Sporting Lisbon never actually won a major competition, but they did finish 3rd in the league 3 times. They also reached the Iberian Cup once, lost the Europa League final as well. They also lost the Super Cup final a couple of times as well. So they came the closest out of the big 3 by quite a distance. But no, actually, sorry, Benfica won a cup competition. I know that, and I think Porto might have won something as well. But yeah, I think Porto won a European trophy. But past that point, those two are absolutely terrible. Yeah, Porto end off the video in the 2nd League A, the 3rd tier, along with Athletic Bilbao in there as well. And Benfica end up the video in the 2nd League B. So those two absolutely, well, those 3 in total. Athletic Bilbao from Spain, of course, and Benfica and Porto are very disappointing in the video. But in terms of the league system itself, Real Madrid won 33 Super League titles, way more than the next best club, which was Barcelona with 9. They also won the most trophies in total as well. Barcelona did very well though in European competitions, also domestic cups as well. But also, honorary mentions had to go to Real Sociedad, who won a Champions League trophy. They also finished in 3rd position in terms of trophies in total. But also Famalicão as well, the biggest team from Portugal. And FC Andorra, the biggest team from the other two nations. So that is the end of this video, guys. Please let me know down in the comment section below what other Super Leagues you want me to create. And also remember to hit that like button for me if you like the video. And also if you're new around here, you want to see more Super League videos, do hit that subscribe button as well. It'd really help me out. And much appreciated. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.